Sonja's background in coaching executive leadership was a real draw card for me, and it really showed in the way she was able to help coach me through that process. And I think it's elevated my professionalism coming into this new role and into a new company. I have now achieved the aim of a senior leadership role. I'd been in the job market here in Seattle for roughly 10 months, I think, before I started working with Dynamo Careers, and having the support of someone and a team that can coach me through all the various stages in the process was what I was lacking leading up into that. Even though I'd had a number of really great opportunities, they hadn't come to fruition for whatever reason because of not having those extra little tips and tricks and polishes to get me in the door and to really nail the interview and the negotiation process. So once I did find Dynamo Careers, I really had that process as my foundation moving forward. I'd had some challenges previously in my career, including a failure in a startup business that I was the head of. And so, some of those reputational damages, confidence challenges, all those sorts of things, they were outside of the box. So, Sonja really helped me, regain the narrative around my career and what I'd previously been through, rather than just being able to celebrate achievements, but also to speak honestly about failures and take that as a piece of integrity into my interviews and into my negotiation stages. So that was certainly an above and above. And it wasn't an easy thing to do. It was very challenging, and being able to soundboard with Sonja through that whole process, I'm very grateful for that. I'm a sales guy, and the role I'm in, I'm a Senior Director of Business Development. So I'm in sales, strategy, marketing, and account management. But selling yourself is not always the easiest thing to do. And when you're having some of those more challenging conversations around negotiating your own value, it is really great to have just that level of experience and expertise on how to approach the more challenging subjects around base salary and some of the tips and tricks that you can get along the way through the negotiations. And I'd like to say I won my negotiations, not to think of it as a battle, but I came out of it very, very happy with some added values that I don't think I would have even asked for, let alone achieved, if I hadn't had Sonja's guidance, the idea to start with, and the guidance on how to approach that challenging conversation. Having that clear voice and really being able to debrief to Sonja as my coach, and then pivot and come back with a counter. And in the end, what that meant was that I achieved the highest title that I aimed for. I achieved a compensation package that was at a very attractive base, but had a lot of additional features. And I also achieved a sign-on bonus, which was one of the first times in my company's history. And, I think that knowing how to frame up my justifications and my value in that request was a direct result of what I'd learned from Sonja. No matter what stage in your career you're in, but especially if you're at a senior level or wanting to achieve a senior level, and you have high aspirations as to how you want to achieve the next big step in your career, you should be thinking of yourself as a performance athlete who needs a coach. And so I wouldn't advise doing it without a coach. And having a coach that really understands that and has seen it from many different angles in the past is absolutely integral in achieving the results you want. you get what you pay for, really, don't you? In many things in life, and this is one of them. My experience was I did trial out a couple of those bargain bin approaches to career coaching. You can find them on LinkedIn, people that will rewrite your resume for you and optimize it and all that sort of things. And, you might spend a couple $100 here or there, and you're just not going to get the results taking that approach. I think I had no question over the value of and the return on my investment with Dynamo Careers